prejudices, animosities, or friendships to influence my decisions. With no compromise for crime, with relentless prosecution of criminals, I will enforce the law cautiously and appropriately without fear or favor, malice or ill will, never employing unnecessary force or violence, and never accepting gratuities. I recognize the badge of my office as a symbol of public faith, and I accept it as public trust to be held so long as I am true to ethics and police service.
And they do exactly the opposite, don't they?
Every day.
And then what do people keep saying? They don't understand the Constitution, which is the supreme law of the land.
I will never, it specifically said I will never allow my feelings, prejudices, or friendships influence my decisions. And we all know them to be all
And
about
what
the
happens to
friendships
anybody that
and
enforces the
influence.
Constitution? They call them troublemakers, treason, terrorists, sovereign citizens, and everything else that command their delegation of authority and their obligation to the law of the land.
That's what it says.
And then what do other people keep saying? Some of them don't know. You are saying that. However, that's an incompetent statement. And you're excusing them to do injury to people. They're not excused.
They are not.
And they do know. It is the people that don't know and keep transferring their ignorance on these people who are abusing them to excuse them in their abuse of others, right in their face.
So let me please clarify my statement by saying what I meant by
I know what you meant,
misdemeanor
but
ignorance
continue.
also is most of these people are also still believing that they are black as well, signing up to be policy enforcers and having no
For a
idea.
job.
Yes.
And even when they get in there, they start their little what? Black organizations, because they're rejected even when they get in there.
I know somebody from my neighborhood who, when all the Black Lives Matter thing started, posted all the pictures of how they were a state trooper now.
Yeah.
I guess they don't really.
Yeah.
Or do they? I'm confused.
No, you're not confused. What's confusing is that we're discussing the real facts as opposed to throwing around the opinions. See, this is what it said. We get caught in trying to express our emotional opinions and thoughts in different conversations that we have with people instead of going back to the law that they're all obligated to. And then when we start seeing the contradiction, we're trying to find a comfort zone with it all. Start interjecting our biases. Meanwhile, the children are getting killed on the street. Innocent men and families are being broke up while we sit and make excuses for these criminals that are claiming to be officers when they're really gang members using the office to do what? To carry out the policies of unum sanctum for the Jesuit order in the Popes of Rome under colonial operations, pretending to be officers of law when they're actually what? Highwaymen and organized criminals.
Kidnapping people and holding them for ransom.
Death and stealing people's automobiles and stealing people's cars and stuff, and then selling them and calling it law when they're supposed to secure and protect the people's constitutional secured rights. They're actually using their gang members and networking to rob the people. And they've been robbing people so much that the Supreme Court had to close the traffic courts in Philadelphia. They just went around and using another system. You think they did that because these people don't know? And we keep making excuses, which indicates our ignorance, which means we keep condoning the injury to our own people because we don't want to face reality that these people are waging war on us.